What's up guys, Daniel here, and today I'll be shooting a camera review for the BLU Vivo X. Right now I am shooting on the front facing camera. It's only 720p. There isn't too much options with the cameras for video. Another feature that they do have is the wide selfie, so I'm going to change that right now. So as you can see, the wide selfie mode is probably my favorite feature off this camera or this phone. So it's a great thing to have, and it's super cool. You can see the whole background behind me. So right now I'm gonna go find a spot, just sit down and try to go over all the front facing camera features for you guys. So when you're in the camera app, you can swipe up, or there's a button on the lower right for you to switch to your selfie mode. And the button to the left, that's how you get to the wide selfie. When you're recording, you can't hit the wide selfie. There's no option for that. You have to stop recording, go to the wide selfie, and then you can start recording. You have a few settings on the very top. First is the flashlight. You can change the brightness. You have a bar for that. You can have it auto, on or off. It's a really cool thing, especially when you're in the dark. They do have some filters for you, so you don't have to do it in Instagram or anything. You can just take it straight from the camera app. There are more settings you can go into. It's not too much to play around with. It's just very basic. The last setting I'm going to go over is the blur setting, and it's basically adding more bokeh to your background, and you do get this option both front and back cameras. Now we are in beauty mode, and there's some settings you can play around with. It does make you look a little bit fake if you overdo it. Right now it's a bad example because I have a camera in front of me, so you don't see too much going on. Now we're in video for the front facing camera, and there's not much settings. It's just 720p and that's it. It's just all auto. Again, you still get that wide selfie mode. Now last thing we have is the group selfie. It's not exactly the same as the wide selfie mode because it gives you that weird distortion. This is using the regular camera, and you just move left and right to grab everyone next to you. Now going to the back camera, these next couple of photos I'll be taking will be just in auto mode. Now looking through them here on the screen, it looks pretty good. Overall with daytime it's sharp. I think it's a little bit oversaturated, but the pictures in daytime doesn't look too bad. So the next few pictures I'll be taking will be on bokeh mode, max bar, and we'll see how that looks like. So the couple pictures I just took, they look pretty good with the bokeh mode. Before we go any further with more picture taking, I want to go over some video features. I've uploaded like a small clip of a cinematic version of what I shot with this phone, and I just want to say there's nothing much you can do with the video but to have 1080p or change it to a less resolution. That's about it. There's no pro mode or nothing, so if you want to do video with this phone, you might want to move on to something else. Now we're going to go over the back camera settings and features you can get off of this phone. Panorama is a very basic and standard feature for a lot of other phones, so not a total surprise. To get to the other features, swipe down on the screen and you can find all the features there. Starting from the Pro mode, you can pretty much control all the camera settings you can. There's the aperture, the focus, ISO, the shutter. All that can be controlled on the right side. There's a bar for that. Now if you want to control it all together, there's a button on the lower right. This is just a faster way just to adjust everything in Pro mode. Next up we have Time-Lapse, which is another standard on most camera phones out there. Just hit record, it'll do its thing, and you only get 3 interval duration settings, which isn't too much, but they do offer it. Next up is slow motion, and the highest video quality you can record is 720p. Not the best, but it does offer it. Next is text recognition, and basically you take a picture of whatever paper you have. It'll actually take that picture, put it into your notes, and it will try to decipher the text on the page to your notes. GIF mode is a fun mode where you can obviously create your own GIFs. Now you get the option of making it 4x3 or 1x1. So it records a quick clip, and then after that you can adjust the speed of your GIF. Out of all the modes, this one is the most fun. Next up on our list we have is Pic Note, and it's essentially a scanner. So you can take a picture of your document, your photos, and it will make a PDF right after that. Next up is Smart Scan. Very simple, it just scans QR codes or barcodes. Mood photos are really cool. It's basically a Polaroid type photo. So once you take your picture, it'll give you that Polaroid border, and you can actually have filters on the spot. There's also a little section for you to type down your text and your date. Next up is Card Reader, and it basically scans or take a picture of a business card. Very simple. Last but not least, translation, which you have to be connected to the internet for this, and it will translate a word within that box or a paragraph. Last but not least is viewing your footage, and photos is fine, but once you get to video, it's really choppy. The sound plays perfectly fine, but the video is really laggy. I tried it throughout Google Photos and its own photo app, and it makes no difference. It's still choppy. So this phone only costs $250 right now. It might change in the future, but for $250, I think it's a pretty decent phone for the cameras, especially with all the features you get. All the links will be down below. I hope this camera review is useful for you guys and help you choose if this is the right camera or budget phone for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.